Hi everyone. So look, we needed to change the form of the midterm. So let me just walk you through what you are supposed to do for your midterm. Okay, so you will have a written assignment, as you can see over here. And what do you need to do in this case? Look, first you need to choose a country. The country which you will be analyzing. Look, what you need to be able to find for this country is quarterly GDP. Well, I think the easiest way for you to find long time series of quarterly real GDP is on in Eurostat. But of course, you can try different sources. You can try Fred. It's from Fed. There you can find the data on United States. You can try OECD, but basically, like Eurostat is the best option. Well, you cannot choose Poland or Germany because those are the two countries I've been using during the class. And the important thing is each of you need to choose a different country. So please assign your propositions to and send your propositions to Valeria because she will be the one grading your paper. Okay, so once you've chosen the country, generally start with a very quick description of what you're going to what was happening in this country. So were there any big downturns? What were the in GDP growth rate? Were the any times of a boom? And what is important also, what tools government or some international institutions used in order to combat these instances uh, of decreased or even negative GDP growth. Okay, and look, basically, do not write too much about it. Generally, we want the paper to be short, as you can see, at most 5 pages. Here you have very clear settings how it should be structured. And once you've obtained the data for quarterly GDP, use the information you've got from you learn from our lectures, especially. Generally, you need to use information you gained since lectures on difference equations. Okay, so maybe I'll just show you. So let me go to YouTube. Okay, that takes a little bit longer than I expected. Okay, so we've got playlists. Here you have a playlist for advanced quantitative economics. And look, generally before implementing everything here, start with the movie number 8, Introduction to Difference Equations, and then go through the movie until the movie 15. And look, in the movie 15, I actually am showing you how to do the things you are supposed to do in the paper, so you can think of it as a instruction. But of course, in order to properly understand it, what is happening over there, it's better to see. It's better to see them all. Okay, so then you take the quarterly data. You take the quarterly data on real GDP. So you either take time series of real GDP or nominal GDP, and you make them real, and you estimate using first OLS, random walk with drift, and transstationary process models. Look, you do it exactly in the same way. So you estimate appropriate difference equations. And of course, look, based on this calculated statistics, you're supposed to decide which model is more applicable for your given for the choice for your country choice. Then uh, then once you've done with this, you do you as we discussed during the last movie is that using OLS is not the most appropriate here. So then do this. So check the presence of unit root. So and this in so you use the case with drift and time trend using unit root test, just as I showed during the movie. And look, it doesn't really matter which one, which software are you using. You can use Gretel, you can use Evius, you can use Stata, doesn't matter. If you're gonna use R and provide me with the code, provide Valeria with the code, let's just say you can get some extra points. But it doesn't really matter which software are you using. Okay, and later on, what you need to do is you assume that regardless of the test results you've obtained, that the GDP is a transstationary process. So look, for this transstationary process, what I want you to do is to draw the complementary function, just as I did during the lecture. So you assume that there is some shock to the economy, and you show the time path. So how economy is going back to equilibrium given by the time trend. And look, what I want you to do here as well is later. What I want you to do later is to download the data for the very same country from the Penword table. It's really easy to find. Penword table database. Data there is annual, but you will be able to obtain very long time series, like from 1970 till 2017. And let's do the same thing. And then please compare what you got, make interpretations of the results, and try to conclude based on all the results, based on all the results you've obtained within this exercise. Okay, remember, maybe I should add it here, that collect the data quarterly and annual for the same country. Annual data can come from preferably Penn World Table. Okay, and I think this is it. If you have any questions, you can ask both me and Valeria. But I don't think you will have any problems doing it. Try not to make it too long. Oh, and I want beautiful graphs. There, still doesn't matter where you're going to make them, but one graph for each GDP, quarterly GDP, annual GDP, and for each complementary function. Okay, and I think this is it. If you have any questions, please let me know or ask Valeria. Take care.